It's time, my friends, for the upper finals between FNATIC versus Team Heretics. And my friends, this one will be legendary, dude. So get ready. Already, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe.
Win rate when it comes to their opponent's map picks.
We got one more series today.
This is FNATIC's pick. Let's see if that stat is going to be.
And it will be amazing, bro.
As FNATIC on the defense, getting
Ayaki, man, look at him, bro. Already on fire. But the volume is low for me.
Helped him out for the second, but
okay,
the first
that's
was all
right.
him. Little bit of space taken by Heretics in response, but a 5v2 that they're now left in.
Yeah, they did the. I think they did the exact same thing in the pistol versus Liquid. This aggressive defensive side push, and has left Miniboot in an almost impossible position, but bear in mind Kayak's low. And Miniboo, when you talk about statistics, when you talk about ACS, this has been the guy throughout the season that's been able to take rounds.
And man, Heretics is looking so good on Icebox, man.
Never should have been
with this young pick. Oh my god.
But the first one comes cleanly. The next two might be a little bit tougher.
Yeah, there's still some room for this to swing back in the favor of Team Heretics. A strong squad when it comes to that pistol round win rate. See if it can be converted by the crossfire in play. Chronicles contact and the swing from Crash. He's down below. In fact,
can you imagine?
Going diving in towards him.
They're even going to steal an orbital too, but I think they're very aware of the few spots. Let's saying that Rians is the first to take a jaw, but
farm done, bro. Farm done.
Have them dead.
I'm not gonna troll. Farm done.
Obviously not wanting to overface, but here's the steps coming and just farming up those orbs. Eventually he's gonna
7 bullets reloading. Chronicle, what is that?
Oh, look at the guns that are left for FNATIC. They've only got the pistols remaining. One comes up for Alpha here, but this has all fallen apart.
Poster's got a chance.
He check. FNATIC is showing big throw.
Back in their favor, the round 2 response.
Bro, how did they lost that? 7 bullets reloading, bro.
They look to play the orb.
I can't even believe it. That was Chronicle. That was an imposter on this thing.
Didn't seem to be in.
Who is that guy? Looks like him, but it's not Chronicle.
That's it's worked wonders.
Yeah, FNATIC need to make sure they go off to a strong start, get that momentum in their favor. That's not lasted very long at all.
Let's go!
That was mentioned. This time though, Kayak on the other side.
Oh, that is Kayak.
Might have actually found a gap around the edge of the cam. I don't think Benji's gonna have any. He's here. It's not the prettiest of shots, but Kayak is still standing.
Somehow, yeah, he gets there in the end. Alpha Air above the smoke onto Miniboo, and now the numbers in FNATIC's favor. The weaponry there, the ult's online, and it's the neural theft finding the information. Big swing from Kayak. Shots,
that was good by Bowman. Pretty good.
And a Rolling Thunder in response is going to slow down that main take. Woot still flying under the radar up top. They've not spotted him. Chronicle may well have heard those steps as he swung out wide, and with Boo tagged low this round.
He's low, holding there. No fear, bro. No fear.
Great stand.
Good shot,
in the
man.
Middle of the open. And he will find one on low HP. That's as solid as you could hope for, but Woot being rooted leaves Rienz alone. The last man standing, players all around, but he isolates it to just Chronicle. The time ticking, and it's already gone.
He's clean, man. He's clean. But to be fair, that was impossible for Chronicle.
For a 3-1 lead. Ace to start out Fracture. Heretics, 70% of times they play an opponent's map, they steal it away. Alpha fired up inside of He's dancing through the smokes, but eventually he will fall.
Okay.
The weaker
look at that, the stinger.
in this round still managing to
lovely weapon.
Punch. Boasters taking
5v3, dangerous rounds.
They're somehow in FNATIC's favor. Damage is done too, and now the players are coming back up through main. This
they don't have the spike.
Push from A main. Well, it bought them a bit of space. But that orbital strike takes it right back into Heretics' favor. 2v3.
Yeah, you normally want to save.
Armageddon for crashes.
They desperately needed that extra space. With Armageddon available.
Not even holding the weapon. Good stun, man.
You will win the fight that takes the ult out.
Yeah, he do it.
Even
Kayak's low.
An immediate trade.
Normally,
back into those post-plant scenarios. We've seen this many a time.
He heard that. Yeah, he heard.
Chronicle has managed to slip the net into the close corner. I don't know if he's going to check it whatsoever.
They're allowed to give it away, bro. Smart by Chronicle. Big round here.
And what FNATIC will break back the early 20s, you know, it's really difficult time.
Hands of time, man. They're unforgiving.
Oh. Boaster's another highlight as well. He's had a good season individually.
Pro, man,
struggled
pro.
when it came to this matchup. Maybe having
Looking
to
great.
focus a little bit more with
Good
how
for Fnatic.
aggressive
Clutching,
some of these plays can
bragging.
be.
Good
Chronicle
calls.
ready and waiting.
Outstanding performance.
Always been one of his best.
Prime
rounds
Buster.
over on Fracture. And for now, at least, they have the opening advantage.
Oh, that timing perfect on the swing. Alpha here took a while to get there. He's a little quicker swinging on to Boo, though.
We're jinxing, bro.
Only got one last round. He wasn't happy with that. Steps up for a
Asuna?
second, but not quite the third. It's Alpha here to take it across the line. Putting just Rien's up against the rest. They know exactly where he is. He's tripping wires. He's caught by the ult, and now he's in a fight with Kayak. Not one that many get to live to tell the tale of. Some more brazen plays surely around the corner. Big stun on the Boaster. He's going to be caught again by Miniboo. Opening duel goes his way.
Big kill by
But he's caught
Chronicle.
by Chronicle. Trade back.
That was getting dangerous, man. Still is,
That
actually.
ultimate was the one thing to bridge the gap. The weapon inside that cage maybe can help them
Didn't
out.
get the Vandal yet. Okay, Benji got
There
it.
it is, finally recovered by Benji Fishy. Now they've got a rifle in their hands. They've got a potential plant. But the spike goes back the other way. They think the A site is going to be an easier solution to this problem of Fnatic's quick rotations, and it has been left mostly open.
This is
It's a
pretty
fake.
absurd amount of space he had. By Kayak could definitely create
Man,
some
we'll get this
awkwardness
kill.
with an operator. He needs to land the immediate shot. Benji gets a kill on the other side, but Kayak.
Thanks
is
God for
well
Fnatic
aware
that he
and
didn't
know
miss
the
that one.
Koreans, though. And again, both teams have had relative success with these lower purchases, with both players now having guns, with a Rolling Thunder available. It's going to come down
Man.
to the timing of what.
Dangerous,
Kayak
too
can get.
dangerous.
This was a crazy cerebral round from Heretics to fake back to A, late play into B, but now they've got to finish their dinner. Left down to just the operator of Kayak. Damage done to Benji, but that doesn't matter with this weapon in hand. And he's sent flying backwards by the Rolling Thunder. The clock here could prove to be his
Look at
biggest
the run
enemy
Fnatic
so
lost,
far.
bro. Oh
As he
my
makes his way
god.
towards this site, so much stands in his way. Still a stun for Rien's and a big weapon in his hands. He's made the realization this round cannot be won. It's expecting an Armageddon to clear exactly the space that it's going into. No one needs to move on Fnatic. They were already set up for this. Those spams come desperately close to taking someone down. But in the end, Fnatic survive behind those smokes. In fact, Boaster gets in front of them, hoping that Boo will make a mistake. Denying this plant, though, seems too big a task. Boaster's pushed out. Big orbital strike.
Yeah, you think they're not going to ult the same place twice, but clearly realizing that that ground had been retaken, they will now get themselves a pick off that orbital strike. And finally, that plant will come in. Retreat should be impossible, but actually, Boo manages to get away. There are a lot of tag players, though. Benji Fishy looking to hold on to the cross. Rien's already eliminated by Alpha here, putting things back into that 4v4 scenario, and now looking to try and clear things together. They need to get this close position out, though, and Miniboo's just looking to try and survive in the corner, just dancing with death, but he survives all the way back around. And while trying to clear him, that spike has been slowly
misses for
taken
Ultimate.
away. Chronicle with another. The trade's coming back and forth, but still the attack have the time on their side, and with the salvos buying an extra few seconds at a peak, able to come for minus.
They got time, they got time. Oh my god, bro. Kayak, you're looking clean.
Chronicle on the defuse.
Well, we
Trust
came
the
in
cover,
singing
trust
his
the cover.
praises, Tom, and I think you see exactly why.
The kid's good, man. He's showing his
that was
potential now.
unbelievable. One of the
Rookie,
main things I'm
actually.
worried about going back
Keep
into
that in mind.
retake is the fact that Boaster was the one to fall. You lose your smokes. It was a great orbital strike by Boo. A little bit of desperation as well because he had the spike. He couldn't just go swinging through that smoke. So he uses that to buy time, to force a fight, and eliminating their smoker. I mean, imagine they smoke main. They can defuse underneath their nose.
second shot.
Instead, one man has to hold while the other defuses. Time was desperately close. Even one missed shot there.
A lot of the time,
The stats for you, my friends. I know you like it. 13 kills for Alpha.
Very directly
On fire.
for a lot of these
11 for
teams.
Benji, right? Cypher's start fragging. This is the Sentinel meta, man.
Heretics now playing their own composition against them. Of course, they've got a very competent Cypher of their own, and you already see the setups being put into place to force back that A main control.
It is, though, a plan from FNATIC early, sending Crashies through to break that camera, leaving Alpha on north side, and now taking advantage of the space as they heard that A main crunch. They heard a lot of utility, they heard steps, so they know there's space, and Alpha has just walked out of heaven, taken down Voot with ease, and the B side open for the plant. Boaster gets a little too aggressive, punished for it, expecting a gap, and there certainly was not one there. But a 4v4 post plant for FNATIC as a result. The camera even spotting this two-man north side push. A lot of information now for that attacking side to work with.
They managed to reclaim the ramp. And Alpha already picking off Benji. This is looking like a second pistol potentially.
And Alpha is looking so good here. So good.
Back.
Big pistol for FNATIC.
Never count him out the salvos.
The guy's too clean, bro.
That's a bigger issue. He was hoping to force players in. He's actually clipped it. And now
the size gun play there, bro. No chance for my boy Jens.
It's the util rat. 40 seconds left on the clock, and they've still got an awful lot
and
of
he's very close.
Timing here for
Would might not expect him to be so close.
Everything. If he gets this pick, it could be a problem.
Got surprised.
It's been an unstoppable force so far in this map, and now just
rotating. They're pushing top side with two players.
On that top side of the map, making that realization. Okay.
That is a free plan here.
Start clearing out the other side, and now the smokes fall, and they are nowhere to be seen.
They already got rid of that.
Oh, dodge it.
B main, so it's not to be worried about. Rien's dealt with. He was already so desperately low. Boo ahead of the curve for Chronicle.
That's game, Mel. I think that's game on this map. FNATIC, I think this round shows the deal.
From putting double digits on the board. There's Rolling Thunder online, one way or another. And Miniboo,
I think Miniboo knows that, that's why he might go.
This across the line. I don't know how far away Crashies is from those salvos, but I think they'll be online fairly soon, even as Miniboo continues to chip away at this task. It's like Atlas, it will
remember that game against, I think it was the RX, so they throw around like this. The guy was just like
salvos come online,
going and
keeps ticking, and
with the neon nice box and
halfway, beautifully played.
The diffuse. That was Miniboo, right?
In those fights, FNATIC had all they needed to put 10-5 on the scoreboard.
Replay of the next round. Oh, almost won the miracle round here, dude.
Fracture, our
like, almost draw it.
Yeah, it was an incredibly nice try from Boo. Switching guns midway
both pair. I was seeing, man.
Last man standing, Boaster.
I remember there was a time where Boaster has had the highest clutch percentage on EMEA.
Before it hit 7. But there needs to be a whole lot more for Heretics to make me believe.
Money on FNATIC wasn't the best, so Boaster decided to go with a Stinger and bought a rifle for Alpha. That's what a good IGL should do. There are IGLs in EMEA who didn't do this kind of thing, bro. Not gonna mention names, but you might know who it is.
That ultimate. Look at the value found in the last half. Certainly far from an easy round. Trap already destroyed. Benji will be under pressure anytime now. An ultimate put into play. Kayak on his way straight through. There it is activated. But Miniboo's the first to draw blood. It's Benji under the pressure as predicted. Miniboo to fall as well. Numbers kept even, but the attack side has space. Rolling Thunder keeps the spike in the defender's hands. They've got it dropped in towards main.
That's why you drop a banner to the star player of your team, bro.
This one to bed.
Sorry.
The spike and taking it from under Rien's nose, and now
she's gone, bro. Now she's gone. She's not playing even Valorant anymore, bro.
Below, you can see that Alpha is lurking.
Side days. Come back, Fleur.
Making his way around to close this out from behind. Rien's worried about the players in main. Now he's got an idea, though. Alpha hits the shot anyways.
Mad point, bro. Mad point.
Operator alongside ultimate for Miniboo. It feels like they've almost put all their eggs in one basket. He's dead immediately. Alpha here again with the opener.
I was saying earlier, you can't take anything away from him. His utility so important here on the attack, but now he's starting to claim a name for himself with the gun in hand. I think just one behind Kayak in terms of...
And that's it, my friends. And like I was saying, bro, Icebox will be interesting because Heretics is the only team in the road that runs Neon there. But FNATIC, they have a good staff. They got Boaster. I want to see their prep because they knew Icebox was coming, man. So I want to see what they cook for that map, bro.
I think Boaster one away from having, in fact, there it is, the same amount of kills.
But man, I want to see 3 maps. I want to see Lotus too. So Heretics, let's go. Let's go. GG! Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, activate notifications, my friends. A lot of good Valorant
Really impressive
in this week, in the next.
The attack almost flawless.
Stay
And a
tuned.
stellar defensive side as well. It took them a little while to get going with that second round blip.
Icy box now, my friends. Here we go.
Who are taking
Bolster
some space
on
around.
Viper.
The two being pushed, but Heretics are ready. Benji, Fishy, watching
man,
that alongside Boo.
I've been
And
asking
they'll
for
find the
this, to
opening
put
pick
the
as a
tags
result.
in front of the players' names. I like this, man. This is OG. I love it.
Fortunately, Alpha's isolated. He's still alive. 1 shot left. And he'll be executed from behind. Does well, though, to find his 1 there. Still a disadvantage for FNATIC.
Alfia playing yellow and only getting 1 kill. Can't believe it. Thought he'd have at least 2. Boaster under serious pressure. Wingman can get the plant in, and well, that gives the space for the others to push. They've spotted
Big pistol for Heretics.
And both players on FNATIC completely isolated. Both pistols went their way in the last map. It got them that extra little bonus of a start. And well, maybe this one still has some legs in it. 2 quick kills.
Where has this hope come from? Oh, the stun perfect, though. Chronicle going to be caught out. Rianne's the one to take him down, and now Crash, he's all alone.
Yeah, no chance.
And they're lined up. The high-low setup almost isolates 1. The shot's not quite landing. 4, 3, 2 bullets left, and he's out. The reload, they'll swing on, but that's a mistake. Unfortunately, time is too far gone at this point. Somebody goes for that mid-aggression. In the end, it doesn't really come through. You could consider what we just saw from Chronicle there, kind of.
But look at where they pushed to, though. Like, Benji just got killed from a guy all the way up, deep in towards that A side of the map. But luckily, there's been a response. Again, the goal on this side has always been to delay.
Joe flanking.
Decided, you know what? I'm not going to give them that opportunity. I'm going to try and get up in their face. Plant will go down.
Observer.
Armageddon a little bit further up behind, was hoping to force the ball, but with the space already taken by Miniboot, they weren't too wary about it. Still looking to hold on.
They don't know about Kayak?
Kayak is the snake in the grass, the second layer to this rotation, and it seems like at this stage, the attack are completely unaware that there is another player coming in from behind.
Isolator.
They have no idea. And now even less so, looking for that retake, looking for the fight. Alpha, 8 HP. All hope may rest on Kayak's head, but he manages to find 1. Alpha buys that little bit of space. The wall not quite lasting as long as it needed to. Everyone is squishy. Everyone's a free kill, but he's got to land his shot. And now he's down to just 50.
Healing.
Yeah, we'll get some of his health back. Live to fight another day, and Miniboo's being left behind. It's
Bro, do you expect Kayak to pick that?
Lurk, this additional player of
Oh my god, oh my god.
The problem, though, is that they are losing members.
He thrifty here is big.
Drone from Crash.
Look at the money on Heretics, man.
Knowing that there was a guy on the other side, and now I'm going to just try and slow them down as the full force of FNATIC looks to rotate into this side of the map.
This could be a strong start to the attacking side, but they're being chipped away at by FNATIC early on. A chance remaining for the defensive side. An early flank yet again. Guess who it is? Kayak wrapping up behind. Hasn't been spotted. And there's presence being shown by FNATIC, but they haven't committed just yet. Those weaker weapons, hesitant to take the fight. Will Heretics worry about their back in time? No, they won't. Kayak strikes, picks off the first. They're managing to hold the line against the onslaught from Spawn. Kayak, the man with the rifle, buys time, grabs their attention, and Crashies takes some both.
Big around, man. Heretics is in trouble.
For the defuse, and the orb given towards that Armageddon. Here, and then just a mid-hold. This time, the push from A is in Heretics' favor. They're running it down towards Kayak. No flank this time. He's dealt with after 1. And Heretics finding these close-range 1v1s, XV1s.
Man, another drifter coming?
They've managed to recover themselves some rifles. And look at the space on B.
Yeah, this has been another thing to talk about, is that the amount of space they've been able to get on B at times has been intentional, and there's been just util thrown into delay. But this round was just a single rifle for the side of Heretics. And Mini's done incredibly well. Like him and Benji both finding a pick, both getting rifles for Benji and Woot, and then the space that's been taken on the other side. Because it looks like an eco-direct hit into A, they now get the post-plant that's been eluding them.
Okay.
FNATIC now have to try and clear everything else that remains.
Man, Boo's been so patient He waited in this corner with a classic, hoping that there was someone close enough by that he could punish. And in the end, he's forced back by this lockdown. Won't have his reward, won't be able to get back into position either. The snake bite, though, lands in time to delay, buying that little bit more time. Oh, it's actually a little gap in it. They'll walk right past it, so a little bit more space taken. Boaster closer than expected already, wrapping around on yellow. Those recovered rifles now in with a chance. Alpha baits them into the open, takes down the double. Boaster with another, and the round falls into FNATIC's hand just about. The wingman.
Good job, little man.
To defuse that spike as they now equalize it in FNATIC's form, 3-3.
Yeah, really nice retake. That didn't look like it was going to go in their favor, but Miniboo low and then being able to trade out Woot without too many
man, these
issues.
shifters are getting too close, bro.
It's a round where they fight from a two-man deficit to get back into position.
Recover by FNATIC.
The more worrying thing for the side of Heretics there.
This is Benji in my pocket. Fish.
A cheeky wall put into position, and you're not going to expect it. That Miniboo gone already. And there's not really anything he can do about that. You'd have to pre-fire every single angle on the map to find that kill.
Yeah, I think that boost has been around almost as long as TikTok. Kayak happy to take it out here. You haven't seen it for a long time though, right? Just with the lack of Sage being put into play. Sure, we'll get the one around mid a little bit later on. For now, that one was more than enough to find the early advantage. Hunter's Fury thrown through. Chronicles desperately low, but he dodges both blasts that come his way. The op, although it's looking for the pick, it won't find Wingman. The plant in play.
This clear
Crash. Oh, it's got a lot of space and forcing the fights as they're out.
Bro, they got destroyed, man. Flawless round. Heretics broke. Good half for FNATIC already, man. But the thing about Heretics on this map is that the defender sideman has been so impressive. Their stats here is crazy, bro.
And time also becomes an issue. Two slows and the wall available. They're walking straight.
Okay, they got a trade.
Miniboo is going to find the trade. At least it's not another flawless. We're not getting the 3.
Yeah, bro, that would be insane.
That's a bit of a silver lining. Benji's done well. Chronicle down. Still the salvos coming into play. Crashy's got to be the most irritating.
Man, they did a miracle here.
To play against. With the timing, Woot has found some space. Unexpected, not known, but Alfia quick on the train.
Man, Alpha is on fire today, bro. He's looking clean.
For a second or two, but with the form that Alfia is in, it's not looking like.
I think you gotta watch the replay just to
and as well, like I said, Crashy's getting his claws out in some of these previous
and the money
rounds.
Heretics, man, once again not looking that good, but the bonus must be high,
6-3
so they'll probably buy.
3-1 start. It's feeling like deja vu going back. Rien stepping back just a little too far. The snake bite forcing him to be a little more cautious, but
good shot by Boaster, man.
And quick reactions by Boaster to trade out Kayak after that opening pick. Indeed, a second pause coming into round 10. Heretics are fully panicking. Can't turn back. Here goes the ult, and now the flank from FNATIC shows its full hand. One player goes back to deal with him, but there's actually 2 players on the flank, and they find out the hard way. Benji at least able to pick off Chronicle. The players now awaiting on site. I say players, it's just one. It's Boo, isolated. But he has managed to fly under the radar. A free
boom, he gets 2.
Here's
what a round, bro. What a round.
Even the lockdown committed and denied. Kayak, you've been sublime so far, but a little more needed. There's the pick and the res, and that brings them right back into the round.
And it's Alpha. The boss, bro. Yeah, who's the lockdown? Who's everything? 2 alarm bots. 2 Molly's alarm bot. Who's everything?
More than anything else, Alfia are actually looking to try and play.
Shock darts. Everything.
By Rient. And while there's not a lot of time left, it won't matter. It takes a second pause. I think also having the drone. Also having.
What?
That's important. A quick pick, but still all of that delay utility is in place.
That's crazy, man.
Now the mush comes through as
well.
Well,
Heretics has Hunter's Fury and Viper's Pet.
That a risk could do it all.
But time is getting too low, man.
Fury thrown in to try and find some damage as the wingman goes for the plant. I don't know if it's going to plant. No, it's not. It's failed. They're stuck again. They have to go pushing. They have to go moving.
Big kill. Big run by Miniboo.
He might just be keeping them in the round, but there's the swing. Spike dropped once again. With 7 seconds left, Chronicle, all he has to do is try and drop it one more time, but he will die. So it doesn't matter.
Man, low-key, for Heretics, this is actually a good half, man, considering how good they are on the defender side.
Job done. Be good on that defensive side. And I think the difference, though, today is that I think FNATIC have done really well to sort of disorientate them. And well, just look at the immediate rundown. Heretics not feeling the burn just yet, as they will run it straight into their opponents. There's a lot of counter utility being put into play, though. Still opportunities to try and fight this back, although has somehow managed to completely dodge that stun. He won't dodge the bullets, and what was a great start quickly diminishes into a FNATIC advantage.
I think we're going to see Chronicle having some stern words with Wingman after how it's gone for him.
Such a big pistol, man.
I don't know what's going on.
You stun me.
Man, normally I would say, bro, this would be over if they lost the pistol.
Don't get him when he stood.
But like I said, man,
You say,
Heretics on the defender side, they are cooking. Will they cook today here against FNATIC? Who knew this map was coming? Will probably study a lot.
Make him a bit modest with 70 HP remaining. He'll back off. The world is FNATIC's oyster. For Team Heretics, they've got to gamble on where they think the hit's coming in.
Patient stuff. Not wanting to overface.
Oh,
not wanting to gamble.
they're going to the right place.
Still having the
30 seconds left.
orb available as well. And now slowly making their way towards the A site, which is completely open. Nobody even remotely close. Eventually the realization has to come through for the side of Heretics that they are on the wrong side of the map, and you mentioned it, how critical.
Yeah, my friends, now they need a miracle here.
And now we look at Mini Boo and Benji and see what they can do with it.
When it comes to pistols, Heretics have usually been pretty good. But here, FNATIC definitely upping the challenge a little bit. This 3v2. Everyone tagged on that attacking side.
They've been playing together.
And the unknown factor, the positions having to be cleared.
I'm not gonna say GG, I'm not gonna say GG, but...
With a third.
Towards that grand final. A chance at the trophy. Damn, nice shot from Mini Boo, but again, the first kill might go the way of Heretics. But the second and the third go in the other direction. Boo is...
That's nice, bro. That's nice. One more. That was nice, bro. What a beautiful shot.
The round still looks...
Oriens, can he do it, man? Tough situation still. 1v2 with the classic.
Maybe the last man you'd want to come up against here.
He's up close. He's ahead of the curve. He's taking Crashies down. Runs for the hill. And makes it round the corner. Plant will come through. But a real chance now. Only the one swarm grenade in play.
Where is it going?
Rienz, I like the idea.
Why you like it?
Big wrap around.
I don't like it.
For hoping to catch his opponent off guard.
Classic.
He may well catch him off guard. Look at where Alpha's going.
If he works it,
he's so focused on this path, on even it being a side push, but now he's spotted him. What a shot! What? Rienz connects
Man,
to the
Rienz has one of the best aims in the game. I've been saying that, bro. What was that?
May not have fallen into their favor.
Got solo killed by a classic. This is looking good for Heretics now, bro. What a round!
Unbelievable!
Unbelievable.
Hey, well, the Red Bull clutch, but
Jesus Christ, man.
That's got to be the easiest bundle on planet Earth to sell when your players are doing stuff.
Oh, that's
like
a nice
that
shot,
with it.
man.
That's just utterly.
And the two from Boo? Yo, they both brothers.
There is no
what a round. They didn't even show this no scope.
With how solid Rienz has been individually. It's just ridiculous.
And that's the right click. That's the right click.
They'll still have money for the next. Don't worry about that. It's not the biggest risk ever, but it gives them a huge opportunity. The opening pick already there is Kayak with another Alpha, returning with and all of a sudden, this little to speak about in favor of FNATIC. Just 2 rifles. Now they've got 4. And there's only 2 rifles for Heretics. Only 2 players left standing.
Benji's held the line at least for a little bit. He's managed to find a gap, but the trade was never going to not come through from that position. It now leaves Boo.
Man, this is gonna destroy their economy. Only Rienz will be able to buy next round.
He was to try and get through that gap.
What a crazy game, man. A lot of drifters.
Either to the left, to the right.
This is Valorant, right? So to be expected.
At the moment, it seems like the majority of them, the walls, at least giving him a gap to try and find.
No 7-1 here in this series so far, man. Oh my god.
They were all back.
Love that.
waiting patiently for a single tap to come through, and guess what? Those salvos are online once again. Crashy's always so irritating in these scenarios that time is ever ticking, ever falling. And for Boo, I feel like
talking about falling, my boy is looking so good on Furia now, bro. Oh my god, that thing is cocaine.
He's just trying to stop him getting out of there, wants to remove that gun, and that's exactly what he'll do. Crashies, they've had so many set plays around this. Why? He tries to run away. Oh, it's down. Oh
my goodness.
Is just
dodging everything.
Dodge every single piece of utility. Memes already being made on Twitter to prove like, Valorant.
Fun game, fun game.
How difficult it could be to play. He does survive that.
And I was watching some Furia today, man, a little bit.
Now Wood's looking
my boy falling. That guy Mola boy from Furia, bro. That kid is insane.
He's the one
playing from Kazakhstan.
And either way, this has got to be a
Making that is looking good too. And Heretics here is saving.
It seems like the rotation from the defensive side actually coming a little bit earlier. They have made that realization.
Monster on the loose.
And a good job that they're playing that bit more passive. Thrash is on its way. It's caught one, but Miniboo's down below, ready to.
What a save, bro.
In mid as well. Really nicely played by Heretics, covering all their bases, defending the man that got caught by the Thrash. And now 3 players on site, ready for the battle. FNATIC walking right in.
Okay, we got a game. Wait,
but no one's giving him an.
Right?
Oh, here we go. He's up and above. He's caught them in the ult. The trade comes in quick with
I saw what tragedy happening there.
Alpha all alone. He's been sensational so far. Gets the opportunity for one, but with 12 seconds left, that plant
the flank.
Boo. And the flank indeed should secure this round as he runs for that safe
I want to see Lotus, man.
So safe.
I want to see 3 maps.
And you can, now that there's a little bit of
Heretics, 3 players on
back to the drawing board.
But I'm not just getting the space. Oh, they're gonna clear it.
Different as well.
I like that. I like the reaction.
Gecko flash as well as they look to take that deep control. They see nobody, and now sense it's an A play. The wall comes in.
There was gonna be a 5v5 retake, man, apparently.
But they're a little slow to get that plant down, and that's a problem.
Both have got his speed too. Aye. Get ready for a chaotic round, man.
Ready to take that space. Ult pop, I believe, by Miniboo. Viper's pit from the attack, though. That's going to be tough to fight back through with Alpha instantly rezzed.
They were hoping to try and kill him off again. Alpha are actually now 1 away from the lockdown. He gets a pick, and that kill on Tim might actually end up helping out. Chronicle as well, just holding the line already. They're trying to get it. Actually, I think that nanoswarm has missed. It's
Poster.
Doesn't matter. The spam
only Boo left.
Anyway, and now all that remains is Boo. He's landed a multitude of kills, looking for a little bit more, but it was too much to ask. A 1v5 would have been absurd.
Map series grand finals point for FNATIC, dude. They love this map, no?
And series point, more
who watched the Loud versus FNATIC game, bro? It was epic, man. It was epic. Maybe the best grand finals. Actually, the best grand finals of all time, right?
Clean on map number 1. That was their pick, but it was Heretics
that was
who
insane,
chose to fight them here on Icebox. A big round from Boo. Sure, a 3-piece put on the board without the use of his pit.
And man, FNATIC wants to be the kings of EMEA again, bro.
4 in a row. It was them to send FNATIC through that lower bracket. Stage 1 of last year. Well, revenge can taste
and this
sweet.
will give them
FNATIC
big advantage for the grand finals, okay?
From that taste.
It's very important to win this game.
Might be a short trip for the lower bracket. A single match and they'd be right back into that grand final, but we know about the lengths you have to go through in those best of fives.
Okay, game is not over yet, man. 4 rounds for Heretics. They got pit on
We
Boo.
already saw this back at kickoff.
The issue is that FNATIC has Lockdown and Armageddon.
To the Wolves that were Team Liquid in form, and they did not come out of that lower bracket.
I put Team Liquid to
in one sense they
be
did.
the 13th to qualify.
Miniboo trying to get aggressive, trying to put some of that flair into play, but
I feel like the job that Nets is doing as a captain and as an AGL,
Pit securing B,
the personal level,
rotate more heavily,
and
and that's
the
being
strategical level, it's incredible, man.
Broken from down below. Nano active, just so Benji could clear below, but he's worried about someone being in tube, and he should be. He spotted the shoulder, spotted the elbow, and takes Alpha down, ready for the rest, but Kayak bests him, and now the B
big kill on Alpha, big kill on Alpha.
Open, but They're not committing just to it. They've heard the steps up close. They know that there's players just outside.
Man, that
And
pick
use
one
the
looked
slow to
shot.
get themselves into position. The plant with 12 seconds left. The snake bite to delay to give that bit more space, but they need to find some solid ground to fight from.
Who's playing a
Towards
different game
Snowman
there, bro?
is where they're looking, but there's plenty of players waiting. In goes the Armageddon. It's caught one. Rienz is down. Whoa! Forced into the open. And now the round
Is that
seems
Boo
to be in
Brothers?
FNATIC's favor. A lot of ground to cover by Mini Boo, by Boo. The pit falls and they know where he's coming from.
GG!
Grand Finals bound are FNATIC, the first team to grace that upper spot.
And my friends, check it out. Enable.com is sponsor of the channel. Links in the description. Leave a like, subscribe, share the videos with your friends. I see you later on.
Switch up the map pool.
More
switch
games
up the
today, more
mix,
games.
And they have come out on top.
Paperwax versus the champions of VCT China, XLG, man. Here we go. Something on chat.
From XLG.
Man, for a second,
Control, but look at what Paper
he's
Rex
looking
doing
good
up
with
and
his solo, bro. Not gonna lie.
Players to eventually flank, to eventually pivot.
Same match.
Eyes on Marga, man. Very good player.
Is that turret set up though for the early alert system? For now, Mind Freak still hovering here nearby, getting swung on. Device striking from behind, or no, from the front rather, is able to find one, but he and Mind Freak both going to be flushed out as Martin and Viva get a kill apiece. Spike now is going to be ushered across towards A, just cutting that through Snowman across now the spawn.
And Jing, man, looking good on the Omen too.
Yeah,
It's a new Paperwax, but they are back, my friends.
Here in two.
Looking good again. Qualified.
And it is. Finds the
Masters
headshot.
Toronto.
One shot's going to be suffered there, so down to 70 HP, but that leaves now 2v4 for Paperwax to try to keep up with the pistol win rate that they had set coming into this event. But it's all looking good. Paranoia will connect here from Jing. Try to get the kill. Martin does get taken down, but Jing now needing to go absolutely nuclear in the rest of the round.
Yeah, man. Good luck, bro.
Overall, as a turret does get tapped. As Jiggle Peek out. Managing to find one more. Viva going to be taken down. Jing suspicious that anybody get collapsed upon here from above. Sets up for a smoke. Looks to try to get the spike held up to half, but in the end, Target will arrive, and that is going to be XLG taking the opening pistol. Thrown at the ready from Forsaken. Bleeding out. Needs to be careful of.
Who doesn't love Icebox, man?
Yeah,
We'll just go ahead and back away.
play it now as well.
Now on the corner. They deny it. Rarga, though, able to come away
What?
with that last shot. Absolutely gorgeous.
Man, they have
Forsaken
shit
gets
by
taken
only
down.
2 rifles. This is a big round.
Now, we've still got 5 members for XLG. They can't re-get those weapons on the floor.
Rarga, man. Another
by sheer
Russian
numbers.
player.
But they wait
He
a
used to
little
play
bit.
with
Screen to come back online.
Christoph from
Eagerness
Love
from
with
Paper Rex
Sports.
themselves to try and fall back here.
Yeah, willing to play this out as patiently as possible. Spike now being committed to no further way to really delay this one.
Spotting out Viva as well at the moment. But you're
Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me die, bro.
And it is.
Okay. Nice shot. Good trade.
A little shot in reply, though. Being able to find that. Once the weapon's here around the corner. Swings.
Forsaken.
Has the headshot. Oh my god, the third one. It's an absolute belter as
What a
Forsaken's
legend,
got
bro.
4.
One of the greatest players of all time.
Insane value.
The most valuable player.
Santo. What
Of all
in
time.
the hell is that?
Bro, what was that, man?
Paper Rex.
Well, that's about the most Paper X way to get on the board that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
This
they
guy's a
find him somewhere in
legend,
the world,
bro.
right? This game starting at 5 p.m.
How is
local
this
time.
even possible? The guy
Somewhere's
plays
gotta be there.
everything, man.
Those shots
And he
absolutely
still
ridiculous.
performs,
The
man.
Sheriff,
It's insane.
all the headshots.
Man, I
Let's-
think
let's
I would
just
like
have
to
a
see
frag
the amount of
from
hours that
Forsaken
Forsaken
now.
has
1, 2, 3,
and compared to other players.
and 4.
Because
Just
I
4
think, man, the
shots.
only reason
One is so
he's able to do that is because he plays the game more than anyone else, man.
I don't know.
Or one of the
I don't think we know either.
the guys that play the most like simple incest, you know?
Trying to keep his eyes tied towards mid, but YOU. Long range headshot coming through, something going to be taken down. As now Armageddon gets rolled out from Coconut. Forsaken going to be able to chase in off the back of this. Holding back here for the moment as the salvos will force him off the angle for a little bit of time, but he is online after that 4K. Wall falling, Divide. This is good for one. Hunter's Fury now out though, and Forsaken able to find Coconut and Jing. Kills off Viva and YOU, and he will
Nice,
find
clean,
the final
clean.
headshot there.
Of Raga up the kitchens, and that's where the turret will reveal.
Ah, my boy, mind the freak, the legend.
Rogers still going to be good for the fight. Finds Devi. Something. Just look at the carve of the pieces. He'd gotten the collat hit, I believe.
See, man, Jets is the best, bro. So beautiful.
Single blade is more than enough to go ahead and clean him out, and that's going to be 4K now for the side of Summit.
Man, I'm very excited to see Paper Rex on international again, bro.
Quiet so far.
Yeah, but it's alright. The team is kind of doing the lion's share of the work in the very beginning.
I think every Valorant fan
X, right? XLG with the 3-0. Now we've had 5
will be happy with that.
Paper X. You start to wonder, these faster plays from XLG haven't been working. Well, you don't call the timeout.
Jing. Walking down.
took us the kill.
Go ahead and
Martin has bit, man.
just a little chunk of damage, but overall still relatively healthy.
Could see lockdowns invested here as well.
Something trying to go for the push, but the shot not going to connect, and Mindfreak ends up falling. Good kill from Raga.
Hey, look at the kill that he gets, man. Damn. And that was a big kill, bro.
Bit of a shotgun blast ultimate there, but still, this round getting away from Paper Rex, and because of the ultimate use,
Man, 11 kills for a
this
second.
lockdown is for free. Something still chases forward, though, is going to be detained here around backside and needs some protection from Forsaken, who is not going to be able to keep him alive.
Let's see if he's got a 1v3 for him, though.
Obviously, we'll have heard that tailwind. Knows that Raga is going to be behind Alarm Bot, giving away the reveal. And it just feels like this should be a nigh impossible position to try to clear your way out from. To be able to isolate these 3 duels would be so damn impressive.
Right on the line again.
Stealth drone chasing, suppressing. Just going to be a drop down off the back of the flash here. Something repositioning, rewrapping here, back yellow, looking for the shot, but cannot quite make it happen. Shorty going to be drawn out though, and Raga chasing forward, ends up getting taken down. Jing at the same time able to find Coconut. TP's up over the top. There's the reveal. Ping on to 2, and Jing is there to absolutely destroy them. YOU now arriving, cuts his way across through orange, but already it's just fallen to pieces.
They're not aware of this, though.
About to find out.
Oh,
How patiently
triggered
can he
this
play it?
plan.
Does Mindfreak ever look left? I don't think he will. There's the strike. Jing though.
Okay.
Clearly
Full HP.
taken
Can
down.
get
Now
spike.
suddenly YOU gets us into a workable spot. Still has to recover the spike.
You're looking at the positions of Paper X2, and they're splitting up right now.
Should be pretty easy to try to isolate here. I mean, Divide does have a lockdown, but a 2v1 commitment on the ultimate would certainly feel bad, even with a round victory.
Yeah, drone as well, just going out from Forsaken. Divide, though, closest to the site.
Silently up and over the top. YOU's position now scouted.
Divide, easy for him, man. Easy for
And
him.
Forsaken will recover the round.